Hi, I'm David, and this is going to be Random Writing Tips Episode 1. We have about a week left of NaNoWriMo, and I'm sure a lot of people are struggling, myself included. Now, I know a lot of us are doing free writes and free writing or writing sprints to help boost our word count, and while we're doing that, I don't know if it's just me or does anybody else get the feeling that maybe I'm writing all these words that aren't actually going into my novel. Or maybe I wrote a few thousand words that have really no relevance or no significance to my story, or maybe they just, sometimes you're free writing and it feels pointless. And I just want to provide a small solution to that with the quick outline. So there's a couple steps, and I just want to make it a really short video, so maybe under 5 minutes long. I'm just going to go over the quick outline, or it's an outline I use kind of just on the go if I know I'm going to try to get some writing done and I don't have a particular spot in my story, outlined and written out already. Step 1 is going to be what kind of change happens in this chapter. Whether it's an internal change, like your protagonist maybe decides to finally trust an unlikely ally, or decides to finally trust somebody, or maybe they have to figure out a puzzle and they finally figure it out, or maybe they have to get past, I don't know, a locked door or a tricky conversation, or they have to try to do something. Something has to change from the beginning of the chapter to the end. So that's the first quick thing I look at. Okay, what changes in this piece of writing? Well, we'll call it a chapter. What changes in this chapter? Then the next is going to be, what's the goal? If you have a change, what is your protagonist going after to get there? Maybe, I don't know, the goal is to climb to the top of this mountain, or the goal is to, I don't know, pass the job interview, or pass the test, or something, or maybe they want to win money, or maybe they want, I don't know. Whatever their goal is, they should have a clear-cut goal so you know what you're working towards as you write it. And then the next step would be, what obstacles are in their way? Now you can throw in, anything. They could be environmental, it could be an earthquake. You could have your villain step in and be directly, blocking their way. You could be a side character, it could be somebody they think is a friend that does something that somehow gets in their way and messes up their objective. So once you start throwing out those obstacles, you know what you're really going to play with. And then what I do is I break it up into beats. So for the sake of NaNoWriMo, I've been breaking them up into 500 word beats. I'll do 3 of them per chapter. Now, depending on how long your chapters are, you can make each beat be 1,000 words, 500 words, whatever you want. And so I use these beats in a way to kind of progress. So there'll be the first section, maybe there's an argument. There'll be a back and forth with another character. There'll be a back and forth argument with another character, and then that will say progress to a fight. Okay, maybe the characters fight, and then somebody wins, somebody loses, and then the third section is the aftermath. Okay, what changed because of that? Because of the argument and the fight, what's different? Or maybe there's something surprising that happens, that there's a twist, and they realize maybe they think they won, but they actually lost because of blah, 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 or something. And so by breaking it up into 3 beats, I know basically what's going to happen and how it's going to progress from point A to point B. And in doing that, I usually feel like I created a chapter or a piece of writing that's worth adding to my story and at least makes sense. But yeah, by breaking your work up into beats and following these steps, you should be able to make a quick outline and then usually throw it together in like a couple minutes, and then just jump into writing and then get an easy 1,500 to 2,000 words maybe if you have time. This should at least help you feel like there was a point to the piece of writing that you just put down. But yeah, so let me know if this helps. All right, until next time.